Hey, what's good, y'all? I don't really do this kind of video, at all, but I found this cool, like, Dungeons and Dragons, or technically, I can't say, um, Dungeons and Dragons, but it's this cool Dungeons and Dragons, like, itch.io, I don't know, and it's like, it's like a single player thing. As you can see, you can probably read it. But reason why I wanted to play this was because I have this game that I'm going to be playing in as a player. Normally I DM things, but I have this game that I'm going to be playing in. And I have this character. But my DM, he asked me to make a character like a month before he's even planning on running this game. Okay, so it's the whole thing. I want to use this character for other things, and when I found this, I'm like, bet, put me in coach. And so here is my character. His name is Rudeus Razorgem. He's a tiefling who worships Asmodeus, actually. But the idea is that he's a cleric of the Order domain, and he doesn't really realize quite how evil Asmodeus is. He just sees like somebody who really likes the rules, and he like grew up like really liking rules. Yeah, like his family. I don't know. There's more lore. If you want me to go into it more, I can, but I'm not going to right now. Um, but yeah, and he's good enough that I think he could survive on his own. He has his own self healing spells, um, cure wounds and that kind of thing. But all the other ones that will hold up well. He has an 18 AC because of his heavy armor and his shield, because that's what you get from being a Order domain cleric. And yeah, and I'm gonna see what I can do. Let's see here. He has a mace and a spear and a shield. It's pretty cool. Um, I guess let's. Oh yeah, and then I have this spell list open as well. Um, just that way, if I need to double check stuff, I can open up the spell list. I don't know anything about this, so this is going to be a blind playthrough. I read these just to make sure I was building the character right. This is a little bit different from how I'm going to be playing him in this campaign with my friends. The campaign with my friends, he's going to be level 3, this guy's level 1. So his spells are a little bit different. He has 10 HP this time. But it's pretty much, oh my goodness. I really hope that didn't carry through onto the... Okay, if you guys heard that, I'm so sorry. My headset does that sometimes. If you guys didn't, it was like this really loud scratching noise. And it sounded like almost like static or whatever. Let's see. Sorry if you guys hear it again. Okay, it's something with my wiring. I just have really bad wires. And my desktop is an absolute mess with wires right now, and so anyways, I don't think you guys heard that because OBS didn't spike at all when it was going on. But if you did, so sorry. So here's how it works. First level character, 5e. Um, Enemies will attack you each turn unless otherwise specified. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know if I'm gonna have to keep track of the enemies. Do average damage. So that means if it does 1d6 plus 2 damage, it will do an average of 6 damage, and so just do a flat 6 damage. Because the average of a d6 is 4. You find the average by essentially dividing it in half and adding 1 to it. It's not exactly how it works, but that's like the way that I think about it. The average at 2 dice would just be the maximum plus the minimum. And so the average of 2d10 is 10 plus 1, which is 11. I'm not really too sure if it's like a d6 plus. Anyways, that's not important. I'm sure it will figure it all out. I have dice on the side here. If I roll it, I've tested it before. If I roll, it will just pop up right here. There won't be any animation or anything, which is unfortunate, but whatever. And then saving and loading. I don't know how that works yet. Let me, oh, okay. I don't know how that works. I was just double checking if it was a file or something. Oh, may only take a short rest when prompted. If spells calls for a saving throw, DC, not less listed, she's +0 for the saving throw, or 10 for the DC. I don't know. Because it says use +0 for the saving throw, or 10 for the DC. And then it follows up by saying, so if you're trying to use charm person on a shopkeeper, if the wisdom modifier isn't listed, you can just make a DC 20 roll against your spellcasting DC. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but this contradicts itself. But I'll figure it out. For now, let's just start. You have taken up the life of an adventurer, seeking to earn your fortune and attain your life goals by the strength of your arm, the cunning of your mind, the might of your magic, or a combination of all of these. As you wander through the city, you see notice pinned to the exterior of a temple. Now hiring, independent contractor. If you can defend yourself and wish to defend the cause of righteousness, please apply within. Gold paid for experienced adventurers. Make an intelligence ability check. Having an higher or equal to 5, click here. Having found no other employment recently. Okay, intelligence ability check. I got a 12, and then I had to have a +0. I'm guessing it just doesn't say anything about these, so it's just a flat intelligence. So I got a 12. Now there's been some crime in this area of the city lately. There's been some crime in the area of the city lately. The temple probably just needs someone to stand guard. You think it's unlikely you'll have to hurt anyone or risk your own neck. Okay, that makes sense. As you walk through the open doorway, you notice a sequence of moon phases decorating the marble arch above you. On either side, you see sculpted scenes of lovers embracing under a crescent moon, and a nighttime traveler avoiding bandits with the help of the light of a full moon. This must be a shrine to a moon goddess. To recall lore about the moon goddess, make an intelligence religion check with a DC of 10. I definitely passed that. And I have proficiency in religion, so I got a dirty 20. I know this is Selune. I'm assuming this is Forgotten Realms. Actually, it's not. I mean, it's never stated, so it's just any moon goddess. Or is it Saloon? I think it's Saloon. I don't know. She counters the darkness of light with their darkness of the night with their brightness. Sorry if I have a lisp, y'all. It's it's just something I've always had. So I try my best to speak clearly, but I will slip up a lot. She counters the darkness of the night with her brightness, offering protection to people in both literal and metaphorical darkness. The worship of the moon goddess is associated with protective and healing magic. An elderly priest greets you. Ah, so you're the one who has answered our posting. Let me tell you a bit about our predicament. The priest leans back against the plinth of a marble statue of a spear-wielding woman crushing a horrific-looking skull beneath her boot. Not far away, a few acolytes practice sparring with clubs. We worship the goddess of the moon. More specifically, our temple is dedicated to the veneration of Saint Ikro, who you see in stone behind me. Many years ago, the blessed Ikro, a warrior priestess of our gods, saved our city by vanquishing the necromancer Valnok the Half-Fiend and his army of undead skeletons. Her body is buried in the city cemetery. We host those who wish to ask her guidance here at this shrine. A shout goes up from the sparring acolytes. The priest looks you over. Come, I'll see what you're made of. He leads you over to the trading ground. Okay, so Valnok the Half-Fiend. I'm pretty sure my character wouldn't say anything wrong with this. He'd see this as like heroic, you know, Rudy. I'd be like, yo, this is like cool and all. but he might be a little bit disturbed by the Valnok the Half Fiend as derogatory, almost. I don't know. I'm not really too sure. It's not like I have a bunch of options here. Let's go over to the training ground. Recently, our longtime patriarch, Martin, has passed away. As an elf, he was long-lived even among his kind, but when he was young, he was squire and acolyte to Ikro herself. We buried him alongside his old master. During the procession to the Saint's Mausoleum yesterday, Mausoleum, we were trained by a man in a grey cloak. Of course, many mourners live the funeral route, but when you've spent as much time as I have in the presence of the divine, you'll learn to recognize evil. Oh, trailed, not trained. Okay, so he recognizes that as evil. Stops next to it. So wait, shouldn't he recognize me as evil? I mean, I'm not like evil, I'm neutral, but I worship Asmodeus. Interesting. Let's see if you can handle a weapon. Hit this training dummy. Make a melee attack against the dummy. I think I got a 10. Yeah, I have a +4 to hit. I'm hitting with my mace. So take a swing at this dummy. Like not trying to like be too showboaty or impressive. I'm just doing the bare minimum. It's like a solid, decent swing. We here at the temple have to prepare for full moon. We'll pay 10 gold for you to go to the cemetery and guard St. Ikro's tomb overnight from any mischief. I think I actually have 25 gold. I didn't write it in my character sheet. But I'm essentially like a noble. I forgot to do background. I didn't do any of that. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to say 20 just in case. But I know I had a lot. If you go to the cemetery and guard St. Ikro's tomb overnight from any mischief. Okay. When even is the full moon? I'm gonna probe for more information. I'm like overall kind of a suspicious person. Well, one of our acolytes thought he saw the man in the gray cloak coming out of the Woolly Goat Tavern. You should try checking out the establishment. Okay, I don't know anything about this gray cloak. They say that it is evil, but I don't, I have no reason to believe that this guy is actually evil. After all, I've probably been called evil many times before just because I'm a tiefling. And so I have no reason to believe just from hearing that this guy is evil. So I'm just gonna note that there is somebody who is trailing him. Practice fight against the acolytes. I'm worried that if I get damaged, it won't be like super simple to heal. But, I might as well. Care for practice round to hear, though you're not sure who speaks. One of the older acolytes hefts his club and faces you. Go get him, Chuck, the other cheer. The priest supervising the acolytes nods at you. Here's the rules. Physical attacks only. No magic or weird abilities. Don't worry about getting hurt or healing yourself. If either of you follow me, I'll be able to heal you back. Oh, okay. So no magic, no weird abilities. It is just physical attacks. I think. So I didn't write it down because I wasn't sure if I was going to have any allies. But I do, the only ability that I have other than my magic is basically if I buff or target an ally with an attack, they get to use a reaction to attack themselves. But I don't think that'll be necessary, so I didn't write it down. But other than that, I just have my mace. Okay, I'm going to just hit this guy with my mace, I guess. And mace my spear. This guy rolled a 1. I got a 20. Yeah, this guy's dead. No, this guy's cooked. I go first. Use your action and, if applicable, bonus action. Subtract damage from your opponent's HP on the stat block below by hitting the minus button. If it drops to 0, your opponent falls unconscious. But yeah. Okay, so I guess I am running my own combat. So, what's his name? Chuck? I already forgot. I think his name is Chuck. So, Chuck, with his club, kind of comes up and we kind of circle each other in this ring a little bit with my mace. And then suddenly I make a really quick lunge at him. Get a 9. This is an armor class of 11. So this is a +4 to hit. And so that's a 13 total. So I hit him with my mace real quick. And that deals 1d6 plus 2 damage to 7 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it should be at 4 health. This is kind of weird. 4 health. Alright. So I make an attack, and he tries to block, but it's like a feint attack, you know? And so, I come out from the side, but then, right as he's about to block it with his own club, I move it and then hit him from his other side or something. And it's a really hard hit on the side, so he stumbles back a little bit. And then he tries to backhand me with the club, rolling 11 plus 2 for total 13. Dude, I'm sorry, bro. Less than your AC misses is greater than or equal to or greater than your AC. Subtract 3 from your HP total. Okay. Yeah, so he tries to backhand me, in return. Honestly, I feel like I just kind of I wouldn't really be very good at dodging, because I have less dexterity than this guy. So I'll say I soak up all the damage. I just raise my hand and it just hits my wrist, because I have a bunch of armor on my wrist, and I knock it out of the way, and I continue the fight. Okay, so we're back here. Make another attack on him. Damn. Yeah, he's cooked. So that's a 21. That definitely hits him. And then I do, as I knock him away, let me just see how much damage I do first. 6 damage. Okay, he's down. So, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I guess it's going -2. I swipe his club out of the way after blocking his attack, and then with the hilt, with the bottom of my mace, I'll smack him in the side of the head, and he rocks back at his heels and then falls backward and collapses into a heap. The other boys groan as the armored priest rushes forward to Chuck's slumped body. You hear a brief incantation, see a warm light glow from the priest's hands, then Chuck's eyes flutter open. Assured that Chuck is in no danger, the priest turns to you and repeats the incantation. You feel warmth suffice your body, and the pain from your wound subsides. I didn't even take any damage. I just no-diffed this guy. You're healed back to full HP. Good fight, he says. I heard you're headed to the tomb. This is Chuck saying this. You'll probably need a map to get there. The cemetery is a pretty big place. I wouldn't want you to open the wrong crypt. He takes a piece of paper from a nearby table and sketches a quick drawing before returning to rejoin his fellows. So, I got a cemetery map. I see this is purple. It's because I already went and talked to the priest, and so I don't think there'll be any new dialogue. Try. Okay, so this is just about this guy. So, you can either go look for this guy at the woolly goat. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go to the cemetery. I have a job. Oh, so you see, actually, this is a good time for me to talk about some lore that my character has. Essentially, he was born into the Razorgem family. A family of tieflings that all worship Asmodeus or a part. And so this is all lore that, this may or may not be very true to Forgotten Realms. But, me and my DM talked it out. We're okay with just improvising some stuff. We're not really super big D&D lore heads. Anyways, him and his family worship Asmodeus and his army or whatever. So Asmodeus is like trying to build up his army. And so most of the family that like have like a high rank or whatever, they're like clerics or whatever, because they worship Asmodeus. And some of them are warlocks. They're sort of secret agents or something. They like are directly under one of the generals and get power from there, and they do a lot of like the dirty work. But the clerics, you see, they work for the cities and stuff. They're used to being hired by places as defense and law enforcement, and essentially, because they're all the family is super lawful, and in return, all the people that the Asmodeus clerics get, the Razorgem family, it's a big family, by the way, a really big family. The city gets to have less crime happening, and in return, they may be able to overlook if the family might, you know, banish the criminal souls to hell to have eternal servitude in Asmodeus' army. And so it's a slightly evil-leaning character that I'm playing, but his whole thing is that he's strictly about rules and loyal to his family, and he doesn't really see it as good or evil. He just sees it as like like it's just something that needs to be done, not right or wrong. Anyways, so this would be perfect for my character. He's just gonna go straight to the cemetery to get his job done. Just give me one moment. I'm gonna grab my water bottle. Is over here, and I have grabbed my water. Okay. Have some water. I'm thirsty. Good stuff. I am. The light is falling into dusk as you reach the gates of the cemetery. The grounds are larger than you expected, but you hope to find the saint's tomb before light fades completely. A tall, wrought iron fence surrounds the cemetery. You catch a whiff of decay in the air. As you approach, your memory drifts back to another grave and another time. What was the name of the person whose grave you recall, and who was this person to you? I see. Okay. I'm gonna say a friend. So when I was growing up, I was very sheltered. Or not I'm gonna say Rudy. He was very sheltered. He didn't really get to go out a whole lot. But I'll say that his friend was someone who he snuck out to go see often. He didn't really have a lot of friends in the family, as they were all very strict and weird, and at that young age he didn't really like to hang out with many of his family. And so this was the kid about the same age as him. We'll call him, what should we call him? We'll call him Maximus. Yeah, Maximus. I won't do a last name just in case. And he was a human in this town. I'm gonna make this all up on the spot, by the way. Human in this city, actually. But then, his family, Maximus, was not rich like my family. His family was very poor. And so there was sort of like an unlikely relationship between us. But, unfortunately, his family was caught and arrested for doing crime, like let's say stealing, because they needed to get by. And unfortunately, Maximus was part of this, robbery. And trying to think of how this would lead to his death. I mean, this is pretty obvious. It would be my family was the one who who caught him, or Rudeus's family was the one who caught him, and it, like, he might not have seen it happen, but he knew that his family definitely didn't just lock this guy up, and so he's a little bit like, he's a little bit upset at his family for this because it was like his really close friend, but oh gosh, I'm like slow with this. But this is also when he learned the lesson that he carries, which is that, like, his duty goes above his personal relationships. And then, of course, in this campaign that I'm going to play out, actually, this could be a good, like, precursor to this campaign, because there's going to be multiple of these, like, 1 level 1 and then 2 level 2s, and then the campaign that I'm going to be playing out starts level 3, so this could be, like, beforehand thing. Ooh, this would be super good. And I'll send this video to my DM. Oh man, Hunter, if you're watching this, like this is gonna be fire writing. Actually, I don't know though, cause I don't know if I want to be like main character-ish, cause I don't want to be main character, but like I feel like having all this like feels kind of main character-y. Okay, anyways, doesn't matter. Let's enter the gates. The path leads between stone pillars, with a gate between them standing open. 20 feet beyond the gate, a pair of jackals argue over what looks to be a human thigh bone. Oh no. Okay. They have not seen me yet. What do I know about jackals? It'll show me a stat block anyways. Wonder if I can pull up like a stat block here. Backgrounds, classes, miscellaneous, I don't know. This might not have... Oh no. This might not have stat blocks, I'll be so sad. I don't really use any other... Hold on. How do I pause it? Okay, I realized that, so I'm gonna pull up some more tabs or whatever. I just realized I didn't have a pause key bound, so I'm now going to bind a pause key, or I just did actually. And then I'm gonna pull up some more tabs and do some research on jackals, just to, because I actually don't remember what a jackal looks like. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Double check this. It did. Okay. I looked up what a jackal was in D&D. I'm not really just sure how they'd be arguing. They're literally just an animal. I thought they were like one of those like anthropomorphic animals kind of thing. They like stand on 9 legs, and they're like kind of dumb, like a kobold almost. But no, it's literally just an animal. A jackal were is more of like what I was thinking of, or were jackal. I don't remember what it's called, but it's just a beast. So I imagine they're not speaking. I don't know. Let me work this through. So, jackals, they might attack me because and I guess they're very hostile, or maybe they're very hungry from what I can see, because they're arguing over a human thigh bone. So if I just try to walk past, they won't work. If I sneak past them, that won't work, because I'm wearing heavy armor, and that will give me disadvantage on sneaking. I can't really do that. I'm gonna be nice. So something about Rudy is that even though he's the whole like duty comes first, like Asmodeus, all that kind of stuff, he's actually really polite, like when he needs to be, because he doesn't want to start anything. And so I think he's just gonna be nice. He speaks softly to the jackals, attempting to calm them. Consider if you could do anything else to enhance your attempt to placate these wild beasts. Okay, yeah, so they are just an animal. Yeah, like 3 intelligence and all that. If you're doing something else to help you, click here. Animal handling check. Should I use guidance? Do I have guidance? I do. I have guidance. What's a DC 12? I could use guidance. What does that exactly do? Double check. I don't want to just be using guidance to every single roll. Target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled. Check. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to roll a d4, and if it's a 1 or a 2, then I don't use guidance. If it's a 3 or 4, then I do use guidance. So it'll just give me like a 50% chance. And then, yeah. Okay, so I do use guidance. And this will be that way I don't just use guidance for every single, like, ability check, because that would be kind of lame. Okay. Are you against animals? Oh, I can do that. I didn't even think about it. Using a spell or ability to make friends. Oh, wait, okay, those are just other things. So guidance wouldn't be one of these. It would just be a flat bonus. I didn't even think about that. Do I have anything? Oh my gosh, I'm not. Command has to be humanoid. No, not. I just have to be someone who can understand me. Heroism. What does heroism even do, actually? I found the spell. Not what I need. I'll have it open just in case, because it's kind of hard to get to from here. But, I'll just use guidance. Oh, it's in cantrips. There it is. Add a d4 to the number rolled to one ability check of its choice. You can roll a die before or after making the ability check. I will. I'm gonna. Okay, so this doesn't count. This is the roll that I needed to see if I'm gonna use it or not. I get a 4. Okay. And so that 4 is going to be added to this wisdom animal handling. So that's a 6. I don't have a +6, do I? Where's my? Oh, sorry if you guys can hear that again. Mentioned it earlier. No, it's a +4. So I get a 10. The jackal's attack, I guess. Oh, and there's positioning. Oh, what the heck? This is so cool. You will move with the jackals. P represents the player. A and B represent the enemy. Each time press a movement button, the character moves 5 feet. Move diagonally. First diagonal movement counts 5 feet. Okay. So this is 5, but then this is 10. I've seen that before. Did they just go first? Is there no initiative? Okay, I guess since they're attacking. The jackal will move 40 feet, 8 spaces toward you on its turn. Does it have 40 movement? I guess so. First jackal moves in to attack you. Moves up to its speed of 40 feet towards you unless hampered by a spell or effect. Move jackal A below as needed. So jackal A is moving. So it's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, guess diagonal, and then 40, so it does manage to kind of get to me by going like that. I don't think this one will, though. Attacks. I mean, I could have cheesed him, like, oh, it can't quite get close to me, oh no, or whatever. It's now within 5 feet of me. It is. It attacks, rolling for a 7. It doesn't hit. if it hits, take 1 point of piercing damage. It doesn't hit. Okay, I just want to see what that was. Oh, I only have 3 HP. Okay. It's the other jackal's turn, I guess. Second jackal joins the attack and moves up to its full speed of 40 feet towards you. Move jackal, bold text. I think that's a typo. Jackal B moves within 5 feet of you. It hits, rolls for 10. I think it can, but I don't even think it'll hit me anyways. Let's see here. 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll go 35 for that diagonal, and then 40. Doesn't quite get to me, so it's my turn. So I see these jackals run at me, and they kind of start to flank me from both sides. One jumps up on my left, and I raise my arm, and it just kind of grabs my forearm, and its teeth sink into my armor, and it doesn't really do anything. If you move out of range of the jackals to take an opportunity attack, I like how they have all this stuff on here. This is really intuitive. Take your action, bonus action. If you're doing a single target attack, and choose which opponent. Track the damage from your opponent's HP. So I'm going to just attack this guy. Do I have reach on my spear? I don't think I do. No, I don't. That's for a... No, it's not for a javelin. Spear's not average, okay. Kind of unconscious if it flees or falls asleep. I don't think I need to use spells for this. But, I guess I'll just roll to hit as an AC 12. So as this jackal is holding onto my forearm, my left forearm, I'll use my right hand to pull out my mace and try to smack it in the head. Rolling, no, yeah, it's a 6 to hit. I don't think I have anything else. It's like kind of weird, it like weighs me down a little bit more, and so as I fall a bit forward, my mace doesn't quite reach it all the way. I don't think any of these are bonus actions. I don't need any spells other than maybe these. Oh yeah, for this character, I have it set up like this, but on the level 3 character that I have, I don't actually have Word of Radiance. Instead, I have Spare the Dying. I was just confused for a second. Anyways, I don't think any of these are bonus actions, are they? I don't think they are. So nothing happens here. It's Jackal's turn. Time movement button. Okay. Snaps its jaws. Critical hit. Oh. Okay. That's fair. Wouldn't it do 2 points because it's a crit? I don't know. It probably already calculates that. 1 point of piercing damage. Okay. Well, so it kind of sinks its teeth a little bit deeper, and it like pierces my skin as it's like holding onto my arm. I take 1 damage. Current hit points 9. It is the other jackal's turn, and then it will now, I guess, like kind of come at me from the side. I don't know, it should be here or here or here. I feel like yeah, right now its pack attack would be activated because it will be within 5 feet. That's what I'm gonna do. But it doesn't calculate for that. I won't do that. I'm not gonna roll or rolls manage it. I am curious if that will affect it or whatever. Okay, rolling for a total of 8. It does not hit. It is my turn. I guess same thing. This time I'm going to use Word of Radiance. So what this does, I don't want to use it because there's only one guy next to me. There it is. Each creature of your choice you can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 damage. I think it could do that. My Constitution saving throw DC is 14. I think they... So this is like an AoE just around me. Where... Oh, it's right here. So both of these guys will have to make a Constitution saving throw. I just realized I have a shield on my hand, so this guy would actually have bounced off my shield and then maybe had gotten underneath it and bitten the armor underneath. And so it's kind of like underneath my shield, and doing this I raise my shield with the, no, I guess it doesn't have the symbol on it. I like, because my holy symbol, I think I want it to be a necklace. Maybe I'll say it's on my shield. I'll say it's on my shield for this. I raise my shield a little bit, and it kind of starts to glow, and then sort of like devilish, like hellish fire erupts from my feet and like tries to go for both of these guys who have to make Constitution saving throws. 16 and a 12. This guy passes. This one doesn't. So A passes, B doesn't. What happens if they... Oh, that's the wrong one. Word of Radiance. Or take 1d6 damage. Okay. So B is going to take 1d6 damage. It gets a 2. Takes 2 damage. That did not work as well as I thought. Okay. Now they have advantage. Yeah. Okay. That does hit. 1 point of piercing damage again. I don't think they can do much more than 1, but it's still chipping away at me. Yikes. I could go Hellish Rebuke. Wait, I don't have that written down. Oh shoot, I should have Hellish Rebuke written down. Hold on, give me just 1 second. Okay, so found, because I'm a bloodline of Asmodeus right here. And so, oh, I'm not 3rd level yet. Okay, so I don't actually know Hellish Rebuke. Never mind. That's a bunch of bull. That's okay. It's fine. I actually don't really care. So I don't actually have any real reactions. So I guess it's just the other Jackal's turn now. Yeah, okay. That does not hit. So the guy under my shield, I'm like struggling to get him out, and he like bites me on the side now. But on my right hand with my mace, I'm able to fend off this guy over here. He's not able to get in very close. It's my turn now. I'm gonna try again for Word of Radiance. They both fail. Okay, that's great. And so they die. That's great actually. So for AoE stuff, I just roll once, by the way. I'll roll separate times for each of them for saving throws, but then for damage, it's just 1 roll. Okay. Let's see here. That would, yeah, I'd just kill them. This guy's at -1, 2, 3, 4. This guy's at -3. Both of your opponents fall unconscious at the same time. Okay. You walk the paths of the lonely cemetery in the half-light dusk. Okay, so I used my Radiant. Oh my gosh, my dog. I used my Word of Radiance once, and it exploded. But they kind of dodged a little bit, and so I use it again. They are done so. I, however, just realized that I've been recording for a decent amount of time, and so I'm going to leave it here, and come back in like another episode or something. I don't really get very far. Honestly, this takes a lot longer than I thought, which is great because I love playing for a long time. But I will see. I want to be like a. I'm trying to be a freaking YouTuber, bro. Like saying like, "I'll see y'all in the next video." I don't know. I probably won't even post this to YouTube. I might. Um, but I will likely record my next session of this. But 45 minutes or so, I think is how long it's been going on. Plenty of time for me. See y'all later.